Hi everyone, this is another list review, and this is of a very, very strange list. Mason, a regular viewer, he was issued a challenge. Can you make a platoon that heavily features the FT tank, the Renault FT tank, which is a First World War tank? And he did so, and he sent it to me. So this is the Battle Snails in list review. Here we go. 17 order dice, 998 points. 17 order dice for a tank platoon. That is insane. That's wow, that's high. So Mason starts out by buying the Char 2C, which is a large tank. It's 9 plus, it's slow, it's 190 points, but it's got a lot of MGs. A lot of MGs. So it can basically do the same as 2 or 3 of the FT tanks. Now, this is a nice addition to this tank platoon, I think, both because, one, you have a high order dice count. This one is going to be sort of your Death Star of this tank platoon. And if you can get the enemy to focus on that tank, like shooting it, that would be a benefit to you because the other tanks will get free reign. Now, it is going to get pinned. It is going to get pinned quite a lot. So that is going to suck. Then you're buying vehicle command options. I don't think you can actually buy the radio networks because for that you're going to need two or more, three of the same tank or more in order to get a radio network. I think that's the rule, which means that you can save a few points here because you're going to have lack of radios. So yeah, that's just a thing to just consider. And then comes the Renault. One Renault here, MMG in a turret. It is one-man turret. It is slow, pitifully slow. So that's all bad, right? This is not a good tank in any respect, but one. It is 35 points for a maneuverable MMG that is armored and is not open top, so can't be pinned by small arms fire. Anyone who's ever bought an MMG team on foot, be ashamed of yourself, because this is what you can get if you're buying a Renault tank. 35 points, armored, immune to small arms fire, and 5 shots that can move. That is what an MMG is supposed to be. So in that respect, it's good. And then again, it's absolutely crap. This tank cannot go up against any other tank in the game. It is going to get absolutely creamed if you have an enemy that has autocannons or light AT guns. You're going to get killed. Even anti-tank rifles are going to be a real threat against this. Panzerfaust are just not needed because, I mean, well, okay, the enemy can always roll a 1, right? But that is more or less it. Right, so this is really bad. But at the same time, really interesting. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 Renaults. 4 Renaults. Hot damn. That's a lot of small tanks coming at you. And then 3 inexperienced infantry sections, all of them very large. So 12-man sections. You're going to need this because for all tank platoons, this is a huge problem, right? You're always low on infantry. You're going to need extra infantry. And this horde of inexperienced, this is the cheapest you can get. And they're full strength, so you can actually have them in reserve and then outflank them because double roll because you're full strength. That's really good. And the free infantry that you can take as French. And then double artillery. 1 light automatic cannon, you're going to need those because you have very little anti-tank. And 1 medium howitzer with a spotter. This is the free howitzer that you take with French as well. Right, that's really good. Second platoon, another Renault. This one you can take the command radio networks, and I think you should do one thing up here. I think you should change the child choose C into one of those, and then have one of the Renaults as your command tank, because then you can have the radio networks and an armored commander. So wait a minute. How many was that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Renaults. And a Hotchkiss anti-aircraft gun for the last one. So 2 light autocannons and a howitzer, plus the howitzer mounted on the char. Right. Is this good? No. This is designed to absolutely shred infantry armies. Um, because you're moving all your small tanks up. Each one of them is shooting 5 shots. That will eventually wear down anyone, and you could pin out a unit a turn, because 5 shots, you're delivering that pin. Most likely you're hitting, unless they go down and are in hard cover and stuff. Most likely you're delivering a pin. That will be 9 pins a turn. No regular unit can stand up to that. They are out. So just on the pins, you're deleting a unit per turn of the enemy. However, you have a lot of units. You're very, very vulnerable to multi-rocket launchers, and you're extremely vulnerable to 8 plus or 9 plus tanks with anti-tank guns or light autocannons. So in an environment where double tank platoons are allowed, this is definitely not the best you can do. However, if you get set up versus an infantry heavy platoon, this is absolutely going to cream them. This is really strong against infantry. You are going to get into trouble against tanks. Thank you so much for sending me this. The Battle Snails. What a wonderful name. Cheers.